The entire arena froze for a split second, because what happened between SZA and Jimin at the AMAs was not on anyone's bingo card. And no, it wasn't just another celebrity interaction. It was the look on SZA's face. The kind of look that screamed, "Wait, is this man even real?" Because the moment Jimin walked onto that stage, something shifted in the room instantly. And what SZA did seconds later. Fans still cannot stop talking about it. The cameras caught everything. The smile. The hesitation. The stunned reaction. And then, the hug. Not a quick, polite industry hug. No. A warm, emotional, almost overwhelmed embrace that instantly sent the entire audience, and millions of viewers online, into absolute chaos. But here's the crazy part. That moment wasn't even the most shocking thing that happened that night. Because behind the flashing lights, the screaming crowd, and the glamorous AMAs stage, there was a deeper reason why SZA looked genuinely mesmerized by Jimin. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. The night already felt electric before the show even started. Outside the arena, thousands of fans packed the streets like waves crashing against barricades. Camera flashes exploded non-stop. Security teams moved rapidly through the crowd. Every celebrity arrival got cheers. But when Jimin arrived, the energy changed completely. It wasn't normal screaming anymore. It sounded emotional. Almost desperate. Fans were shaking. Some were crying. Even reporters suddenly abandoned their original positions just to get a better angle of him stepping out of the car. And honestly, the videos still don't fully capture how unreal he looked that night. His black outfit fit him perfectly. His posture was calm. Elegant. Dangerous almost. The soft lighting bouncing off his face made him look less like a celebrity and more like some cinematic main character walking straight out of a movie scene. And that smile. That tiny smile he gave the crowd? People online later said it felt like getting hit directly in the heart. But inside the venue, things got even crazier. Because several celebrities were already reacting to him before the cameras even officially focused on him. Whispers started spreading across social media almost immediately. Did you see their faces when Jimin walked in? Why does everyone look stunned? Even the celebrities looked nervous around him. And then came SZA. Now here's what makes this story fascinating. SZA is not someone who gets easily starstruck. She's worked with massive global artists. She's stood on legendary stages. She's surrounded by fame constantly. So when fans noticed her reaction to Jimin, they immediately knew this was different. At first it was subtle. A glance. Then another glance. Then suddenly cameras captured SZA smiling in a way fans had never really seen before during award presentations. Almost like she was trying not to laugh out of disbelief. And viewers online immediately exploded with theories. Wait, does SZA have a crush on Jimin? Why is she looking at him like that? She looks genuinely stunned. But nobody was prepared for what happened later on stage. Because the tension kept building throughout the entire night. Every time Jimin appeared on screen, the crowd reaction became louder. And louder. And louder. It reached the point where some presenters literally paused because the cheers wouldn't stop. Think about that for a second. At one of the biggest music award shows in the world, a single person's presence completely disrupted the atmosphere. And yet somehow, Jimin still looked unbelievably calm. That's what made it more powerful. He never tried too hard. Never acted arrogant. Never demanded attention. But somehow attention chased him anyway. And maybe that's exactly what overwhelmed people like SZA. Because there's something strangely magnetic about someone who doesn't need to force charisma. Jimin simply exists. And people cannot stop staring. But then came the award moment. The moment everything changed. The stage lights dimmed softly. The crowd quieted. The winner announcement echoed through the arena. And when SZA won her award, the audience erupted. Cheers thundered through the venue while cameras swung toward her reaction. She looked emotional already. Overwhelmed. Grateful. Almost shaking as she stood up. But then, Jimin stepped forward to present the trophy. And suddenly the internet's favorite moment was born. Because the second SZA got close to him, her entire expression changed. You could literally see the disbelief on her face. Like she forgot for half a second that millions of people were watching. Fans noticed it instantly. Her eyes widened slightly. Her smile became softer. More genuine. Almost shy. And then came the hug. That hug didn't feel rehearsed. It felt spontaneous. Human. Real. The audience screamed immediately, sensing the chemistry of the moment, not romantic necessarily, but emotionally charged in a way that felt impossible to fake. And what made it even more unforgettable was Jimin's reaction. Because instead of making the moment awkward or overly dramatic, he embraced her warmly with that same gentle energy fans always talk about. Calm. Comforting. Respectful. Almost like he instinctively knew how emotional she was feeling in that moment. And suddenly, the entire interaction became bigger than just SZA hugging Jimin. It became a symbol of something people rarely see in celebrity culture anymore. Genuine admiration. Real warmth. A moment that didn't feel manufactured. And social media lost its mind. Within minutes, clips flooded everywhere. Millions of views. Thousands of reposts. Endless comments.
The way she looked at him. Jimin's aura is actually insane. SZA looked completely mesmerized. Everyone falls for Jimin eventually. But the most interesting reactions came from casual viewers. Not even hardcore fans. People who barely knew BTS suddenly started asking, "Okay, wait, who is this guy? Why does he have such intense energy? How is he this beautiful in motion?" And honestly, that question is the heart of this entire story. Because what happened at the AMAs wasn't just about looks. Yes, Jimin looked stunning, almost unreal. But plenty of celebrities are attractive. That alone doesn't create moments like this. So what was it? Why did the entire room seem emotionally affected by his presence? The answer might actually be hidden in the way Jimin carries himself. And once you notice it, everything clicks. See, in Hollywood, and honestly in most entertainment industries, people are constantly performing confidence. Louder personalities, bigger egos, forced coolness. But Jimin moves differently. His energy is quiet. And somehow, that quietness becomes louder than everyone else in the room. You can see it in the way people react around him. They soften, smile more naturally, act slightly nervous. Even veteran celebrities suddenly look oddly careful around him, almost like they don't want to ruin the atmosphere he creates. That's rare. Extremely rare. And SZA's reaction exposed it perfectly. Because for a brief moment on that stage, she stopped looking like a superstar accepting an award. She looked like a person genuinely caught off guard. And viewers felt that authenticity immediately. But here's where things got even more emotional. After the show ended, fans started analyzing every tiny detail of the interaction frame by frame. And one specific moment absolutely shattered people emotionally. Right after the hug, SZA looked back at Jimin one more time before walking away. Just for a second. But that second said everything. It wasn't performative. It wasn't exaggerated. It looked like genuine admiration. And suddenly fans everywhere started sharing stories about how Jimin has this effect on people constantly. Staff members talking about his kindness, artists mentioning his humility, interviewers describing his soft energy off camera. The pattern became impossible to ignore. Because underneath all the beauty, fame, and stage presence, people seem deeply affected by how human he feels. And maybe that's why moments like the AMA's hug become so powerful. Because in an industry full of carefully controlled images, Jimin still creates moments that feel emotionally real. And honestly, that authenticity might be his most attractive quality of all. Not the visuals, not the fashion, not even the fame. It's the feeling people get around him. That warmth, that calmness, that strange emotional comfort. You can literally see it in fans when they talk about him. Some cry, some smile uncontrollably, some struggle to explain why they feel so attached emotionally. And maybe SZA experienced a tiny version of that same feeling in real time on stage, which makes the moment even more unforgettable. Because think about how difficult it is to genuinely surprise celebrities. These are people surrounded by beauty and fame every single day. Yet somehow, Jimin still leaves people stunned. That says a lot. And the internet could feel it. In fact, some viewers even pointed out that the entire audience energy shifted whenever the cameras focused on him during the AMAs. People leaned forward more, cheered louder, watched more carefully. It's almost cinematic, honestly. Like the room unconsciously recognized a presence it couldn't fully explain. And maybe that sounds dramatic. But watch the clips yourself. There's a reason millions of people became obsessed with this interaction overnight. It felt different, not scandalous, not fake, not forced, just deeply magnetic. And the craziest part? Jimin himself probably has no idea how strongly he affects people emotionally. That's what makes his aura feel even more powerful. Because he never appears obsessed with being the center of attention. He simply focuses on the people around him, the moment, the emotion. And ironically, that's exactly why people can't stop focusing on him. Even SZA. And honestly, there's something strangely beautiful about seeing global stars openly admire one another like this. No competition, no awkward tension, just mutual respect and genuine warmth. Moments like that remind people why music matters in the first place. It connects humans emotionally, across languages, across cultures, across industries. One moment you're watching an award show, and the next you're witnessing two artists sharing a completely authentic human interaction that millions of people instantly connect with emotionally. That's powerful. And maybe that's why the clip spread so quickly online. Because deep down, people are starving for moments that feel real. Not overly scripted PR moments. Not fake viral stunts. Just honest emotion. And for a few unforgettable seconds on the AMA's stage, that's exactly what viewers got. You could feel it. The softness in SZA's smile. The warmth in Jimin's expression. The emotional energy of the crowd reacting in real time. It became bigger than celebrity culture. It became human. And honestly, that's why this moment will probably be remembered for a very long time. Because long after people forget who won which award, they'll still remember how this interaction made them feel. That sudden warmth, that shock, that joy, that feeling of witnessing something unexpectedly genuine. And maybe that's the true reason the internet became obsessed with SZA's reaction to Jimin. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. You could see the admiration. You could feel the energy. And whether you're a fan or not, moments like that are impossible to fake. That's the magic of Jimin. He doesn't just perform. He leaves emotional fingerprints on people. And honestly, that might be more powerful than fame itself. So now I want to ask you, what was your favorite part of this unforgettable AMAs moment? Was it SZA's stunned reaction? The emotional hug? Or the way the entire crowd seemed completely captivated by Jimin all night long? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because honestly, this moment still feels unreal. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another ARMY who's still recovering from this iconic interaction. Because something tells me, people are going to be talking about this moment for a very long time.